Oh, it's done that thing. It's done that thing where it's the other way around. That's better. There we are now. Hello everybody and welcome to my second part of the steeking video for this timely cardigan. So you might have seen my previous one, and that was me realizing that I hadn't done the crochet reinforcement. And I really like the way the crochet reinforcement looks on a steek. So I decided to take the time to do that rather than just running it under a machine, because my machine is not great. I think I need new needles on it. But anyway, so I'm going to be steeking my timely cardigan. This is a pattern that's meant to be knit flat. So you start on this side, you knit over, and then you purl back, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, all the way down. I hate purling so much. So what I did was I joined it in the middle. And if you can see, I've added on this little flap here, but I've added it on. So this is effectively a jumper. Like it can't pull it in. I'll show you the inside and you can see a little bit easier. So this is a pullover or a jumper. So that's the inside, and I just knit around and around and around in circles, and then I decided to steek it at the end. And that's because I wanted to, I hate purling so much. So I wanted to reduce the amount of, yes, welcome, thank you very much. I got my steeking done. So yes, so what I did was I found this wonderful tool by Boy. It's a Boy, it's so old, it's going yellow. I've had it for a long time, but it's like, it has 4 different crochet hook attachments. So it means that you always have it always has a few that you need. And this is the kind of the larger stitch, larger one. And it goes from size 10.5 or 6.5 millimeters down to 3.5 millimeters. So I use the 3.5 millimeters to crochet the steek, to crochet the reinforcement on either sides of where I'm going to cut. So I finished all the knitting. Everything is done. I have done the button band around, I've done the little roll top on the top, and I've knitted the button band on both sides. And what I did was I did a crochet stitch, a chain stitch, and what I did was I got the leg of one stitch. So the stitches go up and in a loop, and then up and in a loop. And what I did was I got one leg of one stitch and then one leg of another stitch, and chained them two of them together, and then went up in a row like that. So I didn't grab like a whole loop of a stitch, I grabbed the 2 legs. And that is just to secure the stitches on either side, so that when I start cutting, it doesn't start unraveling. I also picked up the border as well. It gives you something to hold on to when you're steeking, but it also gives another little bit of reinforcement because you've picked up stitches. So yeah, when you do a crochet reinforcement, the way that this is formed, it essentially, it pinches the 2 stitches together, and it makes them kind of want to, instead of being flat, it pinches them, it joins them together like that, and it makes them want to fold in on top of each other. So that little flap, when you cut it open, it'll fold in, which is really neat. So that's why I did a crochet reinforcement, and I did it with some hedgehog fibers or maybe Ushitita, that I got from Kathy in the advent calendar swap that we did. Hello. So again, this is the Boy multi-tool, multi-crochet hook, and they do this is the larger sizes, and they do a smaller sizes as well. I find it really handy, especially if you don't have like a million crochet hooks, you know, if you don't have a kit. I don't crochet that much, so it's handy for just working away. And I know at least I always have them, and they also have had little kitten bites on them. Little kitten bites. Beans is under the table, he's flooped. But he's in a kind of a mood that I'm not going to pick him up because I have to mind my hands because I work in a hospital and I'm washing my hands 70,000 times a day at the moment because of the coronavirus. So I'm trying not to have cat scratches. This one is healing. Yeah, avoiding all sorts of entry into infection land. So, are you ready for the steeking? Because I'm ready for the steeking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down in front of us. I'm going to set up my camera so you're able to see what's going on. And I am going to steek. I'm scared. Are you scared? Have you ever steeked? What's steeking? Getting a scissors and cutting your knit fabric up the row, up one row of stitches. Or a column of stitches. And what you're doing is, you know, when you get the stitch shape is like, so you get a U on the bottom and a U on the top, you're cutting the center of that U on the top all the way up. Are you scared? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's fine. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's going to be so exciting, you and me. All right. So I'm just going to set this up a little bit so we can see a little bit closer. Let me just... Hi, friends. Grey bows nicely. Look at that lovely mess. And we're going down here so you can have a little look at this business. Down and down and down. Lovely. So that's what you can see now. Okay. Oh, normally I have a whiskey on me, but I'm after, I think I shouldn't. Should I get a whiskey? Should I get a whiskey? Are we already? I mean, it's quarantine time. Is all the time. Time is irrelevant now. So, should I get a whiskey? James, should I get a whiskey?
Do you want a whiskey?
I kind of really do. No, I shouldn't. Someone's like, yes, desperately. James, could you get me a whiskey for my steeking of my cardigan? James, please. Please. No, he's playing a game. I'm going to get my own whiskey. Oh, yes. Someone's got to make a dinner. Oh, no. Oh, my God. There we go. Sorry. Is it going to do it? No. Okay, fine. So, we have to get some fortifying whiskey. I forgot. And actually, I've got a tiny bit of a sore throat from talking. Not from anything else. Better not be anyway. Otherwise, I'm going to be mad. So damn mad. I am having some Jack Daniels. I know, it's not an Irish whiskey. I should really get some Jamesons in the house. But this is what we have. I think it was gifted. So, oh, it's a bit dusty. Well, that's a good sign that I'm not going through whiskey at such a... Oh, that smells so good. Maybe I should. Okay, Steeking whiskey. Yay! Yay! Actually, I've got a really fun evening planned. Well, I've got a Pilates class at 5:15. I'll be drunk for the Pilates class. And then I also have, and it's online, and then I've also got, I don't really, I'm not a whiskey aficionado. I really like the Jack Daniel's honey whiskey. That is delicious because it's literally like honey. Paddy's whiskey and Jameson's, I don't really know enough. I'm not really very good at whiskey, so I'm just like, it's alcohol. So cheers. Let's have a bit of it. I'm not scared. I've done this a lot of times. I really love this method of making a cardigan because I hate purling so much. And I get to drink whiskey at the end. Huzzah! So that's always fun. Ooh, I'm going to write all these down and then buy them maybe. That's some good whiskey. Oh, it's really strong. I only have the tiniest little lip. Hang on. Oh, it's strong. I'm going to leave that there.
Okay, I'm ready now. Are you ready? Okay, so I've got this really tiny sharp scissors, and this actually, I think it's actually supposed to be my thread cutting scissors for sewing, but it's the sharpest small scissors I have. I have a fabric cutting scissors, but if I use that, the gods of sewing will strike me down and murder me on camera, so I cannot use that because that is only for fabric. I know this is technically fabric, but it's not like fabric. Oh, it's so warm. It's still in my throat. God, that's nice. This gets dangerous now. But yeah, so how's your isolation going? I hope it's not too whiskey filled. I am having whiskey because I'm doing this specific thing, so that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around and show you all what this is going to be. Okay, we're gonna do this now. Okay, enough teasing. Enough teasing. We're 11 minutes in and I haven't cut a thing. Crazy. This is just, just teasing. What's it called when you tease something online? Oh, can't think of it. Anyway, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Knit backwards. Oh, I haven't done that yet, but yeah, I should. I've been told I need to do that as well. So I do actually need another person here to do this, but I think I'm going to try and manage. So if you can see here, what I'm trying to do is cut through this line here. There's kind of a gap just there where I was changing colors the whole time. So that's where I'm going to be cutting up. But down here, I only have the one here. So it's the in-between line just there. That's the stitch that I'm going up. Can you see that? That's the stitch. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Are you scared? I know, clickbait, total clickbait. Well, I don't think it is. Oh, breadcrumbing. That's it. That's the word I was thinking about. You're so new to knitting that you're still making garter stitch scarves. That's fine. Don't worry. This is all just fancy garter stitch scarves. And because the two stitches in purling, or in knitting and purling, you're only using the one stitch the whole time and you're going back and forth with garter stitch. Whereas I am just using the one stitch going round and round and round and round and round and round. All this other stuff, that's fancy extra stuff you don't need. And this is knit pearls. Actually, I did a twisted rib here, which is in the pattern, which is quite nice. And that's just knitting into the back of the stitch. Anyway, it all sounds foreign when you're a newbie, and when you've done it a couple of times, you're like, oh, whatever. It's easy, easy peasy. Okay, so I'm just going to pop I'm just going to pop a cat right here for a second, just so you can see that I have a tiny cat. There she is. She's actually giant. She's a giant cat. Look at her little bottom. She's so cute. I had to get that in. It's very important. You understand. Okay, we're ready now. Maybe one more sip of whiskey. Clink. Okay, let's do this. Oh, that's very nice though. Okay, so where do I need to start? So that line here, so you see that there. Coming down, coming down, coming down. Maybe I should not have had so much whiskey because I need to focus. Okay, there. That's where I need to go. So I'm going. You ready? Okay, okay. And I'm not gathering the other one. I'm being careful. Okay. All right, right here, right in here. Okay, we're ready? Eek. Oh, the sound of it. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You can't rip it out and save it now. It's all going to be little strips of bits. Oh, I could still stop and save all that yarn, but it's all cut into bits now anyway, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Nice. Oh, can you hear it? It's really satisfying. All right. That is nice. Now what is going on there? Which one do I need to go? Oh, I'm just going to go for it. Eek. 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 Oh, it's quite narrow now. All right. Honestly, if these youths outside my window don't start social distancing, I'm going to go out and smack them across the head with a long, 6-foot long pole. Okay. Oh, I need to just have a little moment to breathe there. I say I'm not nervous, but like I totally am. This is a lovely sharp scissors. Not for long if I keep using it like this, but life's for living. YOLO. Can you hear next door? I think they're doing some DIY. And here we go. This is it. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. So if you see, because of that crochet reinforcement, that has folded in and under, and it's like, now I'll block that now flat, but what I do want to do is, actually I could even fold it in under and then fold that back one more time, and I could whip stitch that little the crochet reinforcement down. You know, I could tuck in the loose parts and reinforce it, or I could get a a bit of bias binding and sew that down, hand sew that down on the inside. So let's just have a little look here. Oh my God. Now I have not blocked this at all, so I wonder, should I have blocked it? Too late. So that's my cardigan. I've made a cardigan. Oh my God. That's, oh, so satisfying. That has been on the needle since the 1st of December. Oh, what a relief to get that off the needles. There we go. Okay, I'll put it on. Okay. I will put it on. I need to do a little switcheroo. Thanks, Paul. Okay, let me sort this out so you can see a little bit of a... Are we ready? Oh God, please don't unravel. Oh, Jesus. The sleeves are a little bit tiny bit tight. That's fine. It hasn't been blocked yet. I keep saying that. It hasn't been blocked yet. Oh, fab. It's so cute. Oh, it's 1,000 times better as a cardigan than it was as a jumper. Hey love, it's lovely to see you too. It's been a tough couple of months for me, so that's why I've not been on very much, but there's my timely. Do you know, it's so much better as a cardigan because it was quite tight. It's meant to be a tight fitting kind of open cardigan, and it sits so well actually. I thought I would have changed the shape a little bit by doing it in the round, but it actually does work quite well. Let me see if I can balance this some way that you can see it a bit better. Yes. So I had done it a little bit cropped, so that is my natural waist, just there where the ribbing begins. Now I think I'll add on a few buttons. I have a few options for buttons, but I love the colours on it because I feel like those colours will go with a load of different things. Sorry, I've got to let my cat out. He'd be annoying. So I'm so happy. What do you think, Toast? What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like it? What about this one? Would you like these? Do you like these? She attack. Oh, it's dusty. I haven't dusted in a while. Too busy working. So I just need to sew in those button bands, and I've got I couldn't remember which side was supposed to have buttons on it. I think it was the other side. I don't care. I really don't care. I think I do want some buttons because I think that would be cute. I have some, but I realized I didn't have enough. Oh, is this too librarian though? Should I just leave it open? Like I have the option to put in buttons, but oh, yeah. Like I was saying, because of all the colors in it, it literally will go with everything. This is all naturally dyed as well. All these colors. Oh my gosh. Please tell me someone is appreciating the color matching here, because that took a lot of time. I'm just saying. If you did notice, I'm gonna be mad. But look, and then I wanted the sleeves to be a little bit longer, so I added in a couple more like greens and things. Oh, it's so cute! It's adorable. Okay, that's my steeking, and it's done. So I have this. Oh my god, it's such a relief to get this done. Now I can cast on everything else I want to cast on. Yes! James, look, I made it. I did it. I did it though.
So cute.
Thanks. And so cute. And so cute. Okay. That is the steeking journey. It is, you have to think about things a little bit if you're going to be changing a cardigan into a jumper and then steeking it back into a cardigan. But mainly it's just adding a couple of stitches down the center when you're joining it in the round. And then it's just steeking. And then you just do a crochet reinforcement. So I did the crochet reinforcement so you've got 5 stitches in the middle. You'd want to crochet reinforce the first stitch and the second stitch together. And then the third stitch is the one you're going to cut. And then the 4th stitch and the 5th stitch together to kind of tighten them in. Does that make sense? So when you're sewing on the button, when you're knitting the button band, you'd want to pick up the stitches outside of those 5 stitches. So if you want to leave yourself a little bit of room, you can pick up maybe if you want to put 7 in there, it's fine. It just means that this part in here will be a little bit bulkier. So thanks. Oh, thank you so much, Celeste. Yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks, and it's going to be another couple of tough couple of weeks. There's a lot going on in healthcare, and this is actually bringing me much joy. It's kind of the simplest thing I have on my needles, and I just needed mindless knitting, which is perfect. So yeah, this has been my safe space, my brain saving project, and I'm so delighted that it's done. I'm going to block it now before I choose buttons. I do have a couple of buttons to think about, but I think the only ones I have enough of are these kind of plasticky clear ones. I don't really like them. I mean, they'd be okay, but like, well, I love these ones, but I don't have enough. I need 2 more. Like, I love them. I'll just have to buy more buttons, I guess. And then I love these ones. But again, don't have enough. I think they would blend in too much. I think I need something that's either going to blend in totally or completely contrast. And I like the contrasting point. I like, if you're going to have a button, you might as well have a button, Well, I have these random pink ones. I don't know how I'd feel about pink buttons. Ooh, there's many of them though. How would that be? Is it too girly? Is it weird? Oh, it's nice actually on the grey. Hang on. Oh, a minute now. Oops. So, like, the pink would go with the pink. Like, I have pink here. I think I'm going to need to lay it out and compare. Anyway, thank you for joining me on my steeking adventure. And look at me, I'm so cute. So, yeah, I think the grey and the pink are quite nice. I'm just going to have a little look at the comments just in case I missed anything. Thanks for everyone checking in. That was really nice. You've cut a project horizontally before but never steeked anything. Yeah, so horizontally is that way. So that way you definitely get unraveling, because that's, you know, the way that you knit in rows. So if you cut along that way, it will unravel, but if you cut up that way, it tends to not unravel that way. You know what I mean? It's not woven fabric. It's slightly different than everything else. Where was I? And then there's the whiskey. We're still on the whiskey chat. Great, excellent. You hate purling, so you taught yourself to knit backwards. Oh yes, jealous. I really want to learn how to do that. I hold the stitches I want to cut over my left finger so I can see where I'm cutting. Yeah, no, that's a good way to do it as well. But Jen, this one was really easy to see because I changed the color when I was changing all the colors. I changed them all on the steek part. So on the, you know, where I was going to cut. So actually I had lots of like space and yarn overs and stuff for it to work, which was really handy. Come to think of it. Perfect addition. It is actually a perfect addition to my wardrobe. I really love it. You can add buttons, but you don't have to use them. That's true. They can be like a decoration. I do think I want buttons, but I might not use them. Rainbow buttons. I do have this jar, and there's some colors in there. I like your style, Shelley Bakchi. I like it a lot. A lot of people have that idea. Brilliant. Looking future. Oh, thanks. I have to actually make them. Well, I think the rainbow would be lovely. What does Celeste say? I think rainbow buttons will draw the eye to the buttons more than the knitting, and maybe not in the area. No, we'll see. We'll see. I'll try them all out, and we'll see where we go from there. Like, I can just lay them out. And I may ask, and I may go in the complete opposite direction, because I have to wear it at the end of the day, not you. Oh, in case anyone is asking or wondering, this is from Pennies. Don't buy it. I hate them. They don't like them people anymore. Fast fashion. But it was a Harry Potter t-shirt. So I'm going over here now, apparently. But this is a wonderful piece of linen, handmade, hand sewn in England from the Slow Wardrobe. They're still open and posting out currently. Her post office is like right next door to her shop, and it is amazing. So comfortable. Throw it in the wash. Like, I've been wearing this for like 3 days, and yes, it's a bit wrinkly, but like it falls out, and I'm wearing it everywhere. I think that's what's so lovely about it. It's kind of got this really pretty, like it's teal mixed with a lime green. Weft and warp are slightly different, so it kind of gives that sheen. Oh, it's so nice. I really want to get one of her blue ones, one of her kind of tealy blue ones. But I think I might get a dress in that. I think the tabard is my favorite shape. So this is the smock, and it has the points down at the sides. So if you have, like, you know, if your thighs are something that you maybe feel more comfortable having covered, but I really like the point down the center. I think it's really, I like that as well. And then there's the play suit, which is so nice. Can't decide. Yeah, I need one in every color. It's ridiculous. But now I can wear them in every color because I've got this fabulous jumper. This is a great, this was an Advent project. And I think it was a great Advent project because I can wear it. I hope you're staying safe at work. Has it been crazy there for you with all the sickness? It hasn't been, so our entire work-life balance has been totally upended, of course, because everything's been cancelled. We've also we've tripled our shifts. So everyone is doing triple shifts, night shifts. So normally we do maybe two a month. Now we're doing 6 a month. Depending on what specialities you have. So I'm a radiographer, so I do x-rays and CTs. They're my 2 specialities. And we've now doubled the CT capacity to make sure that we have enough CT capacity for people who are non-COVID-19 positive or query, you know, because people still get sick. You have to mind the people that are still sick from other things, that have always been sick from everything else. And then you also have to have a CT department and an x-ray department that is clean or dirty. Sorry, we call it dirty and clean, but basically it's infectious and non-infectious, and specifically COVID infectious, and then everything else is the rest of the hospital. So everything has changed. It's very mentally difficult and confusing when everything changes so fast, so quickly, and nobody really knows what's going on. We're expecting the surge to hit on next week, from the 9th onwards, 9th of April onwards, so it's the 2nd now. It's starting to ramp up. We've got quite a lot of patients at the moment, and they're worsening. But because Ireland went into restricted movements, we closed the schools the weekend before Paddy's Day. And we closed all the pubs then just before Paddy's Day and on Paddy's Day. And then we closed all non-essential business on Paddy's Day, and then so that's the 17th of March. And then we went into a further lockdown where you couldn't go farther than 2 kilometers from your house a couple of days ago. I can't remember when that was. But only essential travel, which is there's a big document to say what's what. So everyone is staying at home. We're doing really well, and the numbers have reflected that. The numbers are staying, I mean, they're not, obviously they're all awful, but they're not growing exponentially as in other countries. And the ICU numbers and the deaths are something that we are looking at more than the who's positive and stuff, because the testing is a little bit all over the place. So all that is to say is we're doing okay. Mental health is worse than anything, because we're just kind of staring into the face of it, waiting. So we're preparing, I think I'm actually really impressed with the way that the Irish government has dealt with it, with the way that my hospital in particular is dealing with it. We'll find out whether it's good enough. I think our Taoiseach, our Prime Minister, was a doctor. So personally, I think he's taking it seriously because he understands the limits of our healthcare system, and he appreciates the severity of it because of his education. Now, he's not great, he's not perfect, but sure, this particular case, I'm impressed, and so are most of my colleagues who are working in the health professions. Other people who aren't working in the health professions have a lot to say about him, but we're just trying to keep you alive. Please stay inside, please wash your hands. Don't socialise in large crowds, don't go out for anything you don't need to go out. You know the story, you know it all. So, okay, so I'm gonna sign off because I've just seen Hey Brownberry has gone live with a swatch party. So I'm gonna go over to Mars's video. Do you want to meet me over there? I'm gonna see you. I'll see you there. Bye.